trying to get back in the groove of doing this. So here we go. Do you want to be down here? Not sure if you want to be down here or not. Probably not. Oh, how'd you get it down? Is that better? Focus, focus, focus. You read that? Retro rifle. That's right. Is that better? Probably not. Back up here. One's like a man. All right, so I am playing ps5. I am playing Fortnite. I am doing a ranked battle right now with two other teammates. I made it all the way to third or second place on the solos that I didn't mean to do. I am looking up some comics right now. I just went up. I did a free comic book day, and I found one that is for Green Lantern, or for the Lanterns. Not for the show, but I guess you can kind of call it that. So what I did find was I found two different covers, but it's the same book. So one of them is a no grade. It's a CGC no grade by DC Comics called Blackest Night #0. This is a white pager from 2009. This is a Hal Jordan black and white cover, but it's a yellow label. So that's where you got to have some importance in. So the yellow label of this Blackest Night #0 is a white pager from 2009 on this comic book app called Shortbox. This person is selling it for $200. Now, have in mind, again, this is yellow label. This means it's been signed by one person and witnessed by another, not just the person that bought it. This has a Hal Jordan black and white cover on the front. So even though the book came out in 2009, this was signed on, I don't know if that's even correct. Apparently, this was signed on December 25th of 2011. Again, yellow label, black and white. And then on eBay, there's a different cover, which is, I think, is the standard cover. And this person is selling it for $150 or best offer. And this one has Hal Jordan on the cover, and it also has the other lanterns as well. All right, kind of just left my team. Sorry about that. Now, hopefully, when I get to and he or she already left, so that sucks. So now I'm playing by myself, video game wise. So that kind of sucks, but it happens, you know. Sometimes when I'm just full in the game, like I'll get all the way. If I don't have enough money, I'll get all the way to somebody's thing and get them. Or it's one of two things. I don't have enough money. Sometimes I don't have enough money to bring them back, and so I'll go all and they'll stay on it, and they'll clip through everybody's thing, trying to like, hey, and then they'll like tag them like, hey, over here. I'll go all the way to get their thing, and then I'll go to the nearest one I could find, and if it's overrun by other teams, then I go to the next one. I try to get out and go to the next one. And by the time I finally get to the next one, as I'm reloading somebody or loading somebody to come back, respawn, they just leave, which is very annoying. Or if I do have the money to bring them back, as soon as I drop the money to bring them back, say I have 1,000 gold credits, as soon as I bring them back, or as soon as I pay to bring them back, they just leave. And it's just like, what are you doing? Like, it sucks when people do that. All right. So right now, my whole team left. There was only 2 people. It was a trios thing. I don't know why it can't be 4, but it's a trios. So now I pretty much got to stay out of sight like I did when I was doing the solos. So right now it's me and 37 other people. The last one I did, I got it down to me and 2 other people. But those 2 people had the rocket boots. And I had rocket boots, but I traded it in for some health. Because I figured, two guns and some health and 3 healths would be enough. And I was using all my health when I should have just kept the boots. Because I'm like, this will help me, but I was not moving fast enough to use the health or to keep the health. So right now, like this thing is going so fast that it's definitely going to get me. I have health. I have 2 full and 5 shorts of health. I'm not. So I would say I'm halfway at the line right now, as long as I can keep going fast. But you really can't go that fast. I'm hoping to get below. I'm hoping to be number 9. Like as soon as that hits to like 9, not 10, but 9, I think I'm good. So I'm gonna stay here for just a minute. How are you guys looking over here? Oh yes, yeah. I already know there's nobody here, but try something. I don't know if it'll work. There's no back to it. It might work. I think it will work, but it's really, I'm really unsure if it actually will work. So let me try this. It seems stupid, but if it works, it works. Obviously, I just have to not touch my screen. So again, I am playing PlayStation right now. I'm playing Fortnite right now. I'm waiting until I can get to the 4-hour mark, probably the 4.5-hour mark, and then I'll stop and play something else. But I'm also looking up some comics because it's Comic Book Wednesday. So we shall see. Thank you for anybody that comes to this. I doubt anybody really will, but I gotta have faith that somebody will have some weirdness just like me. Right now, it's the line of the barrier of the storm is right, and now it went past me. So got to catch up to it. Really can't stop right now. I have to keep going. And now I have to take a detour, which it's going to get me again. But I have no choice. It's really right now. It's currently behind me. It's 26 other people. I gotta stop for a second, see what I can get. And since I did stop to get something because I didn't want to get attacked, somebody got me. So this time I placed 12th, which is pretty fun. All right, so I placed 12th, and my level right now is 189. I saw somebody on either Facebook or so I'm at silver. I'm at silver 1, which is really good. No longer on bronze, so that's good. But I mean, I know it's going to reset in a few days, probably in 2 days. This person might have been on Facebook. This person was like, "Hey guys, how do I new seasons in 2 days?" And that might have been today or yesterday. How do I rank up? And I suggested if you're doing battle royale, and I think I did it in this one too, this ranked one. If you stay on the bus until you absolutely get pushed out, wait, put your glider on and wait until you get to like. So once you get pushed out of the battle bus at the very end, you have like 45 seconds or a minute before the storm starts. Put your glider on and stay in the air. But, obviously you're going to be hovering because you're on a glider. If you just don't use your glider and you just go, you're just, you're going to, how do I put this in better terms? All right. So your figure, your character, for those who don't know, this is, I hope you know, this is Mr. Terrific. So if you're out of the bus, your figure is like this with no glider, right? But if you have your glider, you'll stay in the air longer. You'll stay in the air instead of just going like this. You actually attach your glider and you're, So if you want to help rank up, you can do all those little maps, even though they're big maps in the Fortnite thing, which I didn't even know really what they were because I thought Fortnite was just like one game, but apparently it's multiple games. There's rank, there's no build, there's blitz, there's a few others. I'd like the Superman one to come back. I thought that one was good. Even the Rivals one where you got to like hunt down certain people. I mean, you're hunting down people anyways, but the Rivals one I did like. Let me put Mr. Terrific back over here. I enjoyed the Superman movie. I haven't seen Supergirl, but I heard that both of them didn't do well to the majority of the audience people, but they loved Spider-Man, which is fine. I think that DC, and this is someone who's not in charge, my opinion is you should have 4 people in charge of the DC universe. Possibly even 8. Why that number? I think you should have 4 people in charge of live action or like movie wise, and 4 people in charge of the comics. But 2 of the people for comics are also helping with the movies, and the movie people, 2 people from the movies are also helping with comics. So you have 4 people that are interchangeable going back and forth. I think that's something you need because people are now saying they want Zack Snyder back. But I'm like, where were you when James Gunn was coming in? Just because you liked Suicide Squad, you're like, oh, James Gunn really knows what we want. I'm like, yeah, because he showed you Guardians of the Galaxy, and then he's like, let me make a DC version of that, and he did it pretty good. I enjoyed Suicide Squad. I enjoyed the unrated first Suicide Squad. I mean, I thought that was a lot better than the one we got. I mean, I enjoyed all the extra unrated version of that Suicide Squad, but I also like the new Suicide Squad. So it would make sense that you get somebody was on the Marvel team that did some of the shows and put that on DC, even though they already have some people. But it would make sense to have a Zack Snyder, a James Gunn, the director of the first Suicide Squad. Maybe I don't know if they want Joss Whedon back, even though he was on Marvel. Have him. Uh, bring Robert Kirkman in. You can bring other people in. But like for comic wise, you need to have some, and Marvel needs to do this too. You need to have some Marvel comics and DC comics that are connected to the shows or the movies, because there's a point in some of the shows and movies that we're like, oh, we just kind of accept that DC or this show. There's like, oh, where were they for 2.5 years? Oh, they just talk about it briefly. If you put that into a comic, and it's like, oh yeah, that's totally what they were doing. Instead of like going, you don't have to make a deleted scene of that. I rather, if you're gonna make a film, just put it all in. I was like, oh, this is the unrelated or the theatrical director's cut, blah 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 blah. If you're just adding 5 extra minutes, go F yourself, man. You added 5 extra minutes to and it's like supposed to be that important, but you only gave us 5 extra minutes. It's like, oh, well, we did the same movie, but we just extended this part just a little bit longer. They got to stop doing this. If the movie is originally 90 minutes long and you give us a director's cut, unrelated, new footage, whatever you want to call it, theatrical, not theatrical, unrated, director's cut, whatever. And it went from the original being 90 minutes to now it's 2 hours and something minutes. Have the audience decide. Just make, like, say, if you're still making DVDs, CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays, just make it so it makes sense. It's like you spawn out so many regular DVDs, but then you only put a handful of Blu-rays, and then you do the extreme unrated director's cut, and you only put 5 minutes. Like, come on, nobody wants that. Let's see, what's this person put? This CGC. Okay, this is bringing up. Okay. CGC Signature Series. This person, they got 51 on here. Qualified for total 108. Let's see. Universal. It's not what I don't think that's what I want. Yeah, that's not what I want. I mean, so I enjoy comics. I haven't read a lot in a few days, but or in a few months, because I needed to take a step back from reading comics because it was getting too much, because the price of everything was kind of just going up. So I had to be like, do I want to read a book, starve for a day, or buy my usual comic book haul and not eat for like 4 days to a week? And I was like, I probably need to eat. I probably need to eat, pay rent, and blah 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 blah. Buy, get fuel, groceries, phone bill, rents. So the hobby for me is kind of not there anymore, because it's buying comics is not really there for me anymore, because I have to prioritize what's important. I mean, can I deal with not buying comics? Yeah. I mean, it kind of sucks, but I mean, I can deal with not buying it. If I see one at a store, I'll try to keep it under $10, which is basically $10 or $2 plus, tax. And that can be hard. I mean, it can be really hard. Because I mean, I would love to go to a comic book store again and spend $100 on a dollar book each. Go in that dollar bin dive and just search for comics. And sometimes it's combination of that's a cool cover, that's a number one, despite the state that it's in. This is a character I've never heard of from Marvel or DC or Dark Horse. This is looks interesting, or the cover has a hot chick on it, blah blah blah, whatever it could be. And I'll just and I'll just put it in a box and I'll buy it. Now, the local comic book store near me, they said that it's $125 to fill a short box, and that's a pretty good deal. But the good thing about that is, so they're nice about it. They're like, you can put like 3 or 4 on the top after you fill it, but you can't put any on the side unless it's a skinny book, and hardly any of the books are skinny. So what I do is when I'm doing the box, if it's already 125 right there, as long as you don't pick up, and this only goes for dollar bin dive books. If you pick up any raw copies that are not bagged and board, the best thing you can do is if you put one in where the staples are on the left, have your next book with the staples on the right and keep shifting it. It'll seem like that's just an annoying thing to do, but it's very helpful. All right, where are you? I think it's a necessary thing, because if you can get like 150 books in there, if they're the thin books, I think that's worth it. If you get like a few thick books, which are like 3 to 4 singles, skinny books, regular size books, then it's like, all right, they said I can't put it on the side, but I can put it on top. So the best bet is to probably leave those on top. Try to only get like if you find those, your max should be 10. Your max should be 10. That way you can just be like, all right, do I really want these 10 books, or do I want 6? And if you really want the 10, you got to take out 2 or 3 singles of the rest of your box. All right. I try not to get those anymore, and I miss getting those because I enjoyed getting them. I did enjoy getting those books because it was titles I'd never heard of, and I was like, this would be great for me. All right, let me put my headphones on. All right, let me see if I can get. I don't like the shotguns. Oh my god, what the frick, man? Definitely not going to make it. Wasn't trying to do that, but that happened. Yeah, I totally eliminated myself when I didn't grab the cord, which I was trying to do. Where's my pen? There it is. So that's. Oh, don't tell me you're gonna leave. Don't tell me you're gonna leave. Don't leave. Don't leave. You're just standing there. Don't leave. Okay. So back to the 8. Whether Warner Brothers sells or not, I really hope they don't. I mean, I understand if they're actually losing money, but if you're whoever is the big wigs that are getting like millions after they sell it. You know, I think that's horrible. If you get a million, cool. If you get 10 million, I guess that's fine. But if you get like over $10 million, over $10.5 million, and like you just laid off a whole bunch of people and all that, it's just like, what are you doing? Like, you're getting, let's say, $100 million after selling this company to another company, which again, I understand it happens almost all the time. But it's like, what you're doing to the consumer is you're literally making the consumer pay more because you couldn't keep up with your own success and downfall. And that sucks. You know, I don't know what this guy's doing. He just wants to get shot. Now we place 18th. I don't want, for me, it's not my company, so I'm just saying this out loud. I don't want Disney to own DC Comics at all. I understand that they could, I guess, if they wanted to, but there's a it's not really a meme, but it's a little video, and I can't remember the guy's name, but he was in Suicide Squad. He was in the first one. He played the guard, but he was also in Blockers, and he's done a few other things. I think he was also in either It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia or The League. I think it might have been The League. There's him and Seth Rogen are talking or at a bar or club or party, and I forget what the guy's name. Apparently that guy sold his movie to their characters, and he's like, I think the guy's name is Martin Swayze. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce his name correctly. And he's like, hey, let me buy back my movie, blah, blah, blah. And Seth Rogen's character's like, oh, I'm not going to do that, or we can't do that. And he looks at him and he's like, wait, did you just buy my movie to kill it? And he's like, yeah. So I'm just like, I feel like that's what Disney would do, is if they bought Warner Brothers, DC, and Warner Brothers owns so much, but DC Comics, anything that's comic book related that's not Marvel, that Warner Brothers owns, which I think when you dial it down, I think it's actually owned by AT&T, but I'm not 100% sure on that. That if Disney owned DC Comics, DC Entertainment, DC whatever, comic book wise, I think they would own it to kill it. So as much as some people would actually be excited for literally the amalgam universe of Superman versus Superman. What was it? It was Superman versus Captain America, Spider-Man versus somebody. I don't know. I can't think of it. But Batman versus Wolverine. You know, we get the combination of both of them. I feel like they would do it for, like, say, a year, maybe 10 years, just to give it to us. But at the same time, after day one, they'd be like, all right, put it in a box, bury it. I don't think they would actually give it to us. But they're about making money, so I think they would, and they would milk it till we absolutely hate comics. Which I think, so a lot of people, that's what they are probably doing right now. I have no source. I'm just speaking out loud. I did enjoy the first Spider-Man movie, even though I see him as Spider-Boy. Tobey Maguire, that's Spider-Man to me. Andrew Garfield, after the second movie, I was like, that's Spider-Man. And even with like 3 movies that he was in, or maybe 4, not just his own movies, I still see him as Spider-Boy. I've not seen him as Spider-Man yet. I don't know how old he is. I think he's in his like 20s right now. He just got married to Zendaya. Congrats for them. But unless he gets to be like almost 40 or in his 40s and he gets to be Spider Man again, that probably will be the movie that I'll be like, that's Spider Man. That's Spider Man. It's not going to be my Spider Man, but that's going to be Spider Man. All right, let's jump into this. Let's hopefully do better. I need to go to Publix and get more of those. Just in general, more Arizonas. It's like the only store that I can find it where it's actually 99 cents. Like their default price is 99 cents, which is great. Sometimes they charge lower than that, which is fine. But anytime I go to another store, it's like Publix has like almost all the flavors, at least the one near me. Uh, but the store that I go to because it's closer to my work, they the Arizonas are sometimes if it's like two, it's either 2 for 3 or 3 for 4 or something like that. It's like, oh, so if you break it down, it's like 75 cents a piece, which is that's not bad. All right, so this guy is over there. I'm coming. I hope nobody's near you. Hang on. Oh, okay. I got two shotguns right now. Which I only like one of them. I think the other one's not great. And I'm probably going to have to upgrade to another controller because I've dropped this one. And that's my problem with controllers is I end up dropping them, not throwing them. Some people get mad and throw their controllers. I don't do that. Sometimes I'll fall asleep in my chair, and it'll be on my lap, and I'll just drop it. I'm like, ah, crap. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen to this one. Because my other controller, I have 4 controllers. I bought the controller that came with the PlayStation, and then I bought one shortly after just to have a backup. And then I just couldn't get it to do what I wanted to do because it kept just kept messing up. Whenever I play, it always veered to a certain thing. So I cleaned it, and then I was like, all right, let me see if I can pop the thing off or something. And really, man, this guy just likes to jump off the thing, kind of like me the other day. All right, that's up on the hill. I'm going in the building. Oh man, I'm going back to work tomorrow. Oh, I really don't want to go back to work tomorrow, but gotta work. All right. Come on down. All right. Ah, run, run, get out of there, or stay. All right, what movie am I gonna watch that I have not watched? There's a lot. There's we finished at 8, so that's good. Silver, still silver number 1. Place 6, so that's good. All right, so I have all these movies. I have a few movies right here. You know, let's just watch it. I mean, yes, it's not going to be the game. I know I didn't pay full price on this. I don't even think it was $5. I think it was like $4.50 or something like that. So, two people I don't recommend should have been in it, or people I don't recommend should have been in it. One doesn't make any sense, and two is why would you put her in this? And those can be interchangeable. And then just because it has one person in it doesn't mean you need to put them in everything. All right, so I'll probably watch that. I will do a film review on that. I would like to do a film reaction, but I don't think I understand. I don't understand enough to, like, I need to have, what is it? Is it called Periscope, I think? Because obviously I can't show the whole movie because that's copyrighted. But there are people that can show part of it, and they don't get copyright. But you're showing what is not yours. So I have to understand how that can be accepted. Because I watch reaction videos of people reacting. So I'll watch a show first, and if I like it, I'll probably watch it again to see if I missed anything, hints at this or that. But there was a show, Peacemaker for DC Comics, and then there was, which was supposed to be like the spinoff of the second Suicide Squad show movie. It actually got 2 seasons. I like the first season more than I like the second season because I'm just like, second season, I'm like, what are we doing? Like, what? And halfway, like, I think either the second to last, either the last episode or the episode before the first season ended, there was a character that, I think she's a good actor. She's from the Orange is the New Black. It just made it so that, she had a revelation. She's like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. But I was like, she could leave right now. Just write this character off, because the way this actress is, the performer is portraying this character, it's like her emotions right now are like, she's ready to go. She's convincing me that she's ready to go. Like, she's like, bye, see ya. And then she comes back, and because the other character says, because you're good at the job. And I'm like, no, she's not. She's not good at the job. She comes from a whole different field. Doesn't matter what who her mother is, but she comes from a whole different field. And you're like, she's good at the job. No, she's not. She had a way out, and she could have just left. And she could have had a realization, a revelation. Man, I really got to get in the chair. Look at this. Even if I lock it, it still does that. But anyways, it was just like, I was watching Peacemaker season 1, and I watched it again because it's like, it's that funny, it's that great. And then I watched Star Wars Skeleton Crew, when I thought that the whole show could have just, they could have just renamed it. I get why they probably put Skeleton Crew on it or as the title, but I thought of, like, why don't they just call it Star Wars A Droid's Adventure, or Star Wars I I don't know, kids. I don't know, something. I didn't think Skeleton Crew matched it until they got on board the ship. But there's these three guys that do. I mean, other people do reactions to it, but there's these three guys that made me like Peacemaker more, as well as Star Wars Skeleton Crew. Because if this show had come out, say, around episode 1, before episode 1, or after episode 3, I think more people would like it because it was more centered on kids, but it also had an adult aspect in it. So they kind of mashed it together. I thought 8 episodes was not enough, as most of Disney shows are. They're just not enough. And I think even DC's like that. Is if you're going to put intro, outro, and previously on, or recap on it, and behind the scenes in the same episode, that episode for that, like, that whole episode needs to be 40 to an hour long. If you're adding all these extra stuff, if you're adding everything I just said, like, it has to be from the beginning, like after intro, like Peacemaker, he was doing his little dance thing. So that's fine. Add the dance in there from the beginning of that dance to the last scene. Whether, I forget if there was an outro dance or not, but last that, and that's it. If you're gonna make that 40 minutes to an hour, intro, outro, recap, director's thing, and then whatever else previously on, don't add that into an hour show when you're going to put 10 minutes here, 5 minutes here, 3 minutes. No, just make the episode per episode literally be 40 minutes to an hour. Most of us want an hour, because if it's less than 40 minutes, I think the least episode that I saw was for Miss Marvel, I think it was, which I enjoyed. And that's part of Miss Marvel is part of the Marvel Disney thing. I think that was like 28 minutes, and it was horrible. I still enjoyed the episode, but it's like, you gave us that little, and you're only giving us like 6 to 8 episodes per episode or per season. So Miss Marvel is probably not going to get another another season. Hawkeye's probably not going to get another season. Let's see. I think Agatha All Along might get another season. WandaVision won't get another season because it doesn't make sense for them to have one, except we are getting Vision Quest, which that is helpful. I feel like that if they did Agatha All Along, it would have to be called something else so you can find the brother. And you're thinking, like, how is this possible? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense for a reason. And the best way I know for people to understand why it makes sense, especially for those that didn't like She-Hulk, is there's a comic book creator, there's a YouTuber called Comic Drake, and his best excuse for it is called, why does that work? Because comics. Is it a scapegoat sentence? Yes, but why does this work? Because comics. Because I enjoyed She-Hulk as well. Not all of it, but I enjoyed enough of it, of what they were showing, because I used to read Savage She-Hulk and Red She-Hulk and regular She-Hulk. I did like when she was part of, I think she only did one episode. I did like that she was part of the Fantastic Four animated show, even when it was Agents of Smash, where you had Hulk, you had Red Hulk, you had She-Hulk, you had Scar. I would say the other guy's name, but I don't really want to say it right now. I'll just say it. You had Blue Hulk. You had all these people in there, and you even had voice appearances by Stan Lee, and even the guy J.K. Simmons, who voiced Jonah Jameson from the original Spider-Man. He does all the animation for Spider-Man since the first Spider-Man, first 3 Spider-Man movies. I forget if he was in the second 2 with Andrew Garfield or in any of the Tom Holland ones. I forget that, but he was also in the most recent Terminator that again didn't do well, and he played Commissioner Gordon or Detective Gordon in Zack Snyder's Justice League, which I thought was awesome. The new James Gordon is the guy who plays the Beyonder, or no, the Watcher in the Marvel What Ifs, which is awesome. I like that they can do that, and that's something DC needs to do right now. I would like to see a DC Creature Commandos comic current that blends into both that connects to Peacemaker, Suicide Squad, Creature Commandos itself, because that was wild. I watched that twice. But anyways, back to the guys that do reaction videos. These guys both enjoyed watching. They got me to rewatch it again for sure. But they got me to rewatch Peacemaker season 1 and got me to rewatch Skeleton Crew, which I still enjoy. I still enjoyed both shows. So I mean, those guys, I'm like, how is it that they're using footage from the show, even though they're not putting a lot of it on? Like it's like right here. It's like right here. If I'm up here, it's like right here. Or it's like majority of this screen right here, and then this part right here it's 1, 2, and 3 of them. So I'm like, all right, how are they able to do this? Like, because if I put anything copyrighted up on YouTube, I understand it's copyrighted, and if they say, hey, you need to we can't play this video unless you meet the audio, I'm like, okay, that's fine. Or if it's too I don't know, if you're showing too much video, I rather just delete it. I rather them just delete it, because I don't want to get something big from a corporation. But it's like, I'm buying your product anyways. I'm not trying to make money off of it. Yeah, I want to stream for a living and get paid to stream, but yes, I also want to get permission. Like, I would love to go on Warner Brothers Studio and be like, oh, look at this, oh, look at this, oh, look at this, look at this. Or go on the Disney lot and be like, oh, look at the Millennium Falcon. Oh, my gosh, here's Stark Tower. That'd be freaking amazing. Oh, yeah, what time is it? It is 9:45. All right, I go back to work tomorrow, and I close, unfortunately. And then whoever did my schedule, I strongly dislike you right now, because I got to close tomorrow night, but then I open the next day. Oh, my gosh. So my hope is I can get out of work right on time, even if I have to take an early lunch. I will take an early lunch, so that literally gives me, latest I want to be there is 10:30, and the latest is closing. But I need to basically take lunch at 6:00, come back at 6:30, and just start doing my finishing prep. So it's all good. And then the only good thing about closing one night and opening the next day, at least for this week, is I'm off the third day. So whatever we have going on, oh man, I'm not looking forward to that cooler talk. Like, hey, how was your vacation? It's like, gosh, I know you don't care. I don't care when you tell me. It's like, oh, great, you're back. All right, cool. Let's get back to work. I was like, you're not my friend. I'm not your friend. Let's just cut the cooler talk and just, oh, it's called being polite. No, it's not. Some people don't want to tell you everything. I was like, I don't hang out with you guys outside of work, and I don't want to. I just want to come back home, play some video games, watch a TV show. Oh, if you do that, you'll stay where you are. Well, guess that's what I'll do. Ooh, rocket boots. I am fine with just leaving work, going home, and just chilling. Sometimes that's all you need, man. Would I like to, hang out with friends and, do this or do that? Sure. But I don't want to go to bars. I got enough in my room to keep me occupied. I was like, well, that just sounds depressing. Yeah, to you, not to me. You have your life, I have mine. Duh. Everything I do is not going to be fun for you. Everything you do doesn't sound fun. Like, I do not want to go to a bar. That left me after, as soon as I got into my mid-20s, I'm like, that's over. Like, I'm glad that's over because it got boring fast. Why would I go to a bar? Pay for somebody's drink? Doesn't make any sense. Come on, come on, come on. Give me something. Give me something good. Give me something good. No, nothing good. All right. Boom, baby. All right, so I need to look up another book. Probably a Fortnite book. Fortnite comic book. I know that not Fortnite. Borderlands. I meant. Borderlands comic book. Yeah, it's gonna get me. Yep. Let me do. Where are you? There you are. I forgot I had this. Sometimes you forget what you got. What's up, girl? How you doing? Huh, cool. I get you further. Otherwise, you're going to disappear. Borderlands. All right, so there's a couple Borderlands books. They're raw copies, or four of them are four listings with two or three being CGC. Look like two are yellow, one is blue label, and then the other post is for four singles. Come on, come on. Is she about to perish? I think she's about to perish. Come on, you can make it. You can make it. Come on, make it. Make it. There she is. She's okay. She's making it. All right, she'll make it. Good job. All right, so Borderlands Origins 1, 2, 3, and 4. This person is selling for $78, bagged and board. Borderlands Origins number 2 sealed. This person's selling it for $100. Right. That's a good book, but that's DC. I don't know why I brought that up. Cool. Catwoman's about to get gone. Come on, baby. About out of power. I died out of power. Yeah, it's not open. It's not open, but we can do this. Just you and I. Come on. Fuck. Yeah, baby. Woo! Yeah. Nice job. Nice job, buddy. Or girly, or whoever. Nice job. Of course they left. Oh, man. Now I am on silver 2. Oh, almost got silver. Almost got it complete. Woo. I think if I would have got the last shot, maybe. Nice job. Good, good, good. All right, can I take a break for just a second? Not too long. I am going to. Let's see what we got. Oh, we got his arm. Nice. Ooh. All right, let me just. I need to use the restroom, and I need to make something to eat real quick. But I'm going to stay on live. Very nice. Very nice. All right, so Currently on Fortnite, I'm on level 190. I would have to probably spend 5 more hours just to get to 200 before the season ends. So hang on a bit. I'm gonna turn this on. So sometimes I do forget what I have for food wise. And I just realized my mic is all the way over here, so I don't know how much you've been hearing. Um, so like before my days off, I was like, let me. Because I don't really go out to eat anymore unless like a friend's in town, or it's like work's paying. It's a work dinner, and work is hopefully paying for majority of the bill. Um, but if it's optional, obviously, I'll just say respectfully, I'm good. You know, unless it's mandatory, I don't really want to go. Um, and people are like, oh well, it might be a potential promotion, or you know, you got to see how you are out in the world. They got to see how you are out in the world. Like, you know, personal, you know, my private life, even though I'm doing this right now, it doesn't need to be, you know, work. And it can, if this was my job, this would kind of work. Um, would I like sponsorships? Sure, PlayStation. Would I like sponsorships? Yes, from this Retro Rifle. I like this company. I wish that the back graphic was, you know, a little bit, you know, um, extended. Even if I had to pay just a little bit more, I'd be fine with that because I'm a big dude. So I'm like, if they extended the graphic for 3XL or higher by like, say, I don't know, like if it's 3XL an inch, 4XL extra 2 inches, 5XL 3 or 4 inches, you know, whatever size they go to. This is a 3XL. Or you know, have if I lost say 40 pounds, maybe I could probably go back to a 2XL. But um, for me, because I'm tall, it would need to be a 2XLT, because I'm a tall guy. So like for years, I've had to wear, if I was an XL when I was a lot skinnier, when I was in high school, I had to wear an XL because the extra large was too short. It was fine, but it was too short because I was tall. So I had to wear a 2XL, which was fine too. But I was like, it was always like doing one of these kind of things. So I'd have to almost tuck it in. All right, let me, because I'm having stew right now. I thought about heating up my pizza, which I actually bought before my days off, and I ate one of my day off on the first day off, and I ate the whole thing, and I was like, taking the Browns to the Super Bowl kind of thing. So I didn't eat the other two the next few days because of that. All right, hold on. Something I do recommend that people try. You don't have to, but like if you got like siblings that love eggs in the morning, um, or you live with someone who is old or something, they don't really know what their taste buds are anymore. I mean, they can still taste, but they don't. Young kids don't really know it. They're very picky, but so are older people. So if you say you don't have to do this all the time, so I think tofu is a good substitute, but it's not like the substitute for meat. By that I mean like if you're, and I'll eat both. I do eat tofu, not a lot, but I do eat it. If I'm going to have, if I'm going out to a restaurant and somebody says, "This is the we don't have this is a meat burger, a beef burger. This is a chicken. This is a turkey burger, and then or ostrich. Some had ostrich, unless they were just messing with me. Uh, but then there's some that are like, well, this is actually made out of plants. I'll usually just go for the plant one because it tastes fine. But I will eat like chicken nugget, a burger, steak, ribs, all that. I will eat that. But if someone says, hold on. So the thing about making food, especially if you're using a microwave, is you need to make sure it's covered enough that it won't. So I had to use some of these towels that I got. These are, I think, automotive towels or painter's towel. I forget what it's labeled as, but you can get it's basically the size of a washcloth. Um, and I think these are perfect for someone who, I think they're perfect for everybody, to be honest. I mean, it you can rewash them and use them again. You can temporarily use them for holding food. Probably should have did a more probably a taller or deeper bowl. So with like tofu, so there's tofu in here, not a lot. So when I've gone to restaurants, people were like, "Well, it's a substitute for meat." They mean it two ways, and it's the subs instead of having whether they say tofu or uh, meat that made out of plants, they mean it two ways, or it's meant. I guess you could say it's meant two ways. Is it is a substitute for meat, but it's not a substitute for meat. So if you can have chicken, turkey, beef, ground beef, whatever, any type of actual meat on a burger, but then there have like, what's this? Oh, that's beef that's made out of plants. I'd be like, okay. But then there's just the tofu part. It's a substitution, but it's not a substitution. It's not a permanent substitution. I guess. I recommend people try it. Just try it, but have it with something. If you're going full, like, let me just try it like it is, you're not going to like it. 100% you're not going to like it. What I used to do is for my nephews, they used to, or not my nephews, my nieces, when I was starting to get really curious on what tofu was, what I would do is I would take some from I'd buy some from the store, just a little amount, because again, I didn't really know what I wanted, or if I'd actually like it. I took one that said extra firm, put it in the refrigerator, and then I was like, all right, this might be a good time to use it. I took it out, cut it in half, but had to put it in a container, and you got to pretty much use it within a week, or it'll just go bad. So I cut it in half, put half of it in a container, put it back in the fridge, took the other half while I was making eggs and chopped it up, put it in the microwave with a little bit of butter, put it in the microwave for like 2 minutes. And then while the girls were getting ready and they're about to come out, I started to make a little bit of eggs, have some for myself, and then had some for my sister. And I was like, what if they asked for more? And sure enough, they did. They're like, can we have more than one? I'd be like, all right. So I'd put just a little bit of eggs in their thing to see if they would even notice. And guess what? They didn't even notice because they wanted scrambled eggs. And then they thought the little white stuff was part of the eggs. And they're just like, oh, these taste funny. I'm like, it's egg. It's kind of supposed to taste funny. So I'd be like, all right, so just add some. Some of them would add ketchup to it. Some of them would add butter and salt and pepper. I'm like, it's already good. You don't need to add all that. But hey, why not try it? I added just a little bit of butter to mine. It made it taste a little bit better. And then I started getting in soy sauce. I'm like, this is, eggs and soy sauce doesn't really work all that well unless you have rice. But I would say if you have young kids, if they really want eggs and you think they'll actually notice, just do that. All right, let's see what we got. Where are we at? Like, I think it's a good idea. That way the family can try together. I think it's fine. I don't eat tofu with everything. If there's a sale on it or the kind I want is available, I'll buy it. But in no way am I going to be like, oh, so I'm eating tofu. You should eat tofu too, because it's better than meat. I'm like, it's not. It's not better than meat. We're all of us that are used to eating meat are used to eating meat. We're still going to eat meat. That's just how it goes. But if you want to have something a little bit slightly different, I think that's okay too. If you have, say, tofu in your miso soup, I think you might like it that way too, because there's most miso soup that I know of has tofu in it, or has tofu partnered with it, I guess. So I don't think you would really, half the time soup and stew, you barely notice it because it's hot. So I mean, what's the word that people like to each their own? You like it, you'll like it, you like it. You don't, you don't. You know, don't put so much pressure on it. And I'm not putting pressure on anybody to like it or not. I'm just saying it's not terrible. If you eat it fresh out of the packaging, it's going to be terrible, especially for a first time. But if you have it, if you put it in the refrigerator for say a day, you're probably going to like it with something. I'm going to get this guy, but I think he's got a friend. And he's got a friend. And he's got a friend. He always got a friend. They always got a friend. Man. Yeah, I should have got a different bowl. But this one's microwavable. If I had some rice, I should have bought more rice. Definitely have tofu with something. Now, when I go to a restaurant, I pretty much get the same thing. I think it's just easier to like, if they sell burgers, just get a burger. Unless they have a very appetizing salad. I mean, or like a sandwich. Which, now that I think about it, and I bet people have thought about it before, if it's on a hamburger bun, is no matter what it is that a hamburger? But if it's a sandwich bread, no matter what you put on it, is that a sandwich regardless? Is that a meat set? If you take beef that's on a hamburger and you put it on sandwich bread, is that now a sandwich? Or is that a meat sandwich? Or is that a burger? All right, so I'm on 190. I thought I was on 180. I've been streaming for 4 hours and 57 minutes. I think I'm good. All right, let's do one more. And then we will watch a movie. Or I'll watch a movie. And I guess you guys can watch me. But the only problem with that is I have to do this because you can see that. You can see part of the reflection, and then I don't want to get copyrighted for that. I've been having problems with this one since I got it. I honestly didn't think I'd like them that much because I was like, I'm probably not going to use them as much, but I have 4 right there. And then I have a 5th one right over here that has my hats in it. I realized I have so many hats. I have too many hats because I was like, let me go on the NHL, see what my team's hats are costing. And most of the time they cost like a standard hat, which I think all NHL teams should have. The standard hat is like $10 to $15, and it's just the team you follow, and then it'll say NHL on the back. And I was like, $10, that's good. That's a perfect $10 to $15. That's just a general hat, everyday kind of hat. That is fine with me. But it's like every season they always go with. Every year they always go with like the like, this is the new one. This is the new one. This is the new one. And one year I got like 10 different hats of two of my current favorite NHL teams, and I was just like, why is a $20 hat now $7? That doesn't make any sense. Why is now a $40 hat $10? I kind of like that. And some of that, and for me, like, just because I follow this team, I like this team, doesn't mean I'm going to buy a $40 hat. If I don't like the way the hat looks, I'm not going to buy it. Now, if that $40 hat is now $7, I'm probably going to buy that hat now, because it still has the team I like. But I'd rather pay $7 than $40. But I got my hockey hats. I got my old skateboarding hats. I got, if Retro Rifle made a hat and I liked it, I'd probably buy it. I got my fish hat that I don't wear. It's a bucket. It's not a bucket hat, but it's a little bit bigger than that. I got this brand called Liquid Death sparkling water, like this right here. They brought out these green hats, and I do wear these more. So they had a green one and they had a red one. I don't know if they had a blue or a black one, but as far as I know, they had green and red. And I honestly did not like the red one all that much. I couldn't put it back on the thing. I didn't like the red one all that much because it kind of reminded me of a MAGA hat, and the color of it was like kind of like New Jersey Devils. And I was like, I didn't think because of my long hair, I didn't think I'd like that type of hat. Because this, it was like this. And all of you that wear your hats like that, that's up to you. You want to wear the style like that? I bend it. I don't really care because I bought it for me. I didn't buy it to impress somebody else. I bought it for me because I like the brand and it fits my head. So I have like probably maybe 10 hats of Liquid Death. So I have that green one. Then I have two others that are just like it. Because there was when it first came out, I think the hat was like $40, and I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. Then it went down to like 28 or something like that. Like $5 or $6 less, and I was like, that's not bad. Let me do that. It'll probably, if I don't get it now, it'll probably sell out. And within 2 weeks, I probably could have bought 2 more. I could have bought 5 for $2 less than what I bought the 3 for. And I was like, now I kind of wish I waited. But you can't constantly deal with waiting like that. You kind of just have to get it if you want it, you kind of just have to get it while you can. And that's what I did. But I didn't like the red one because I want people to think it was like this is the part where I was like, I actually cared if somebody, it's like, why would I care? I'm wearing this for me. I'm not wearing this for anybody else. I don't mind having a MAGA hat at all. That doesn't really bother me. But I didn't want a MAGA hat. I was like, I want either, if I was a New Jersey Devils fan, I'd want a New Jersey Devil hat, but I didn't want it to look like that because this is NHL season, and I want, if I'm going to have the team that I follow, I want their hat. Um, and I got my two hockey teams. I actually got three. I got two NHL hockey teams, um, and I'll probably get the third one, like the U-Haul Mammoths, but they don't have hats that I like yet. And I like them because they're a new team, even though I think they originally were the Coyotes. Um, I don't have it up, but I have a ECHL team that I like just because mostly I just like the name, and um, they are the junior league of one of the NHL teams that I already follow, um, and I'm like, this is actually a pretty cool looking hat. I like this hat, and I got the hat. Mm. So I'm like, I kind of need to stop buying hats because I don't wear them all. I mean, you only got one head. You can't really wear them all unless you wear one like every other day. So I'm like, I need to stop buying hats unless it's on sale or it's hockey season or it's like I just kind of have to stop buying so much of just randomness. Just because I want it doesn't mean I need it, kind of thing. So I've had to take a dial back of that. Just let's just dial it back. You don't need it. You don't need it. You don't need it. So don't buy it. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Let's just keep this one. So I've had to like really just like internalize like what do I want? What do I need? Do I really need this hat? How many hats do I have? Have I given any up? If I have it, then it's like probably don't buy another hat. Now, when HL season starts in September, I'm probably going to buy a new hat. Or I have to, which I've been trying to do, is wear what I have, which can be hard. It's like, oh man, I don't want to wear the old style. It's like, guess what? I'm driving an 18-year-old vehicle. It'll be fine. Like wearing something because somebody else may or may not like it, yeah, that's not a good way to live. I mean, if I want to wear it, I want to wear it. That's why like the MAGA hat thing doesn't really bother me all that much. If somebody rips my hat off and it happens to be a MAGA hat, then obviously you just assaulted me and you should go to jail. Um, you could just come up to me like a person and be like, I don't like your hat. I find it offensive. And I'd be like, okay, sorry, you find it offensive, but it's my hat and I bought it for me. I didn't buy it for you. Um, you know, it is what it is, whether you like it or not. I'm not promoting what it stands for. I'm just wearing it. It was like, well, it's hurting me right now. I'm like, then you probably should be locked up. If it's hurting you, you should probably, be locked up. Just, just saying, like, if that offends you, somebody wearing a hat, it'd be the same way if somebody said this about that. You'd be like, well, that's two different things. Well, no, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same sort of thing. Mm. But again, I don't mind the MAGA hats, whether it's the four letters or the whole sentence. It doesn't bother me. Um, like, if you feel that the world or at least our country should change, be a part of that change. Don't just yell why you don't like it. Um, like have your reasoning make sense. If it doesn't make sense, then maybe you should do some research before you start yelling at people. Um, Now, when I go to sports events and there's people that are like, we don't like your team sucks. I'm like, well, it's because you don't follow the best team in the league. That's, if you don't like the team that I like, that's okay. Now, would I go to another sports arena wearing the hat? Yeah. But if people are being vicious, which some people can be, I'll probably wear another hat. God, I hate these guys that do this. God, it's so annoying when they do the wall of the wall. Oh, gosh. God, man. Come on. Frick you, man. Frick you. What we need to do, because we, the people, what we need to do is really look at both sides of our United States. That's what we need to do. All right, back. This, put that over there because I still got food that I don't want to go. Okay, I don't need this anymore. So I got to finish this before it really goes cold. Still good temperature. All right. So how long have I been streaming on Twitch with my game? All right. So I've been broadcasting for 5 hours and 11 minutes and 30 some odd change. All right. Pausing, stopping, stop. All right. Yeah, charge this thing. All right, so let's put this on. Let's put this on either Hulu or HBO. Find my cord, which I don't remember where I put it. I'm hoping that this is it. It probably isn't. I think this might actually be it. So let's hook this up. Kind of wish I never unplugged it, but when you're cleaning out your area of your workstation, your work and game station, you kind of need to unplug stuff. All right, so I think right now we're plugged in. All right, so let's see. Lanterns is on. We're only on one episode right now. Apparently, this pilot episode is 57 minutes long. Now, it's probably going to be. This episode's probably going to be, it's probably going to be 6 to 8 episodes each. If it's 57 minutes, that's good. You just, again, you hope that the recap, you hope the intro, outro, recap, director, behind the scenes, you all that. You hope that it's not in the episode, at least the behind the scenes directors. This is what we did with this episode, kind of thing. Recap, previously on, intro, outro of credits, like from the first scene to the last scene of the episode. Hopefully, is more than 40 minutes. Hopefully it's 40 plus more minutes. And when I heard about this show coming out, I'm like, where's my Green Lantern ring? Because I do have a Green Lantern ring. I kept them all together in one bowl. Whenever I'm reading like a Green Lantern or any Lantern book, I always like put one on because I'm a nerd that way. And of all the rings that I have, the one I cannot find is my Green Lantern one. And I'm like, where? And I was cleaning my room. I was cleaning my bed. I'm like, of all the ones that are in this bowl, the one I want the most is not in here. The only one I was able to find, I found all my other rings that I have for the Lantern Corps, except for the Green Lantern one. I even found my two Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern ones. I got those from Two Toys. I even found my two different Legionnaire rings, but that one, because I got it for $1. I got it from Acme Superstore in Florida. I got every ring from that store, and I could probably find. It's probably in my room. I hope it's not in a box. I would think that I would put it next to my Ryan Reynolds action figure rings, but at the same time, I have those on my desk. I even have little Green Lantern right here. It's like I would have, if I kept the two Ryan Reynolds ones on my desk, that means I kept the other ones in the bowl. So I'm like, of all of them, why is it not in this bowl? So I've cleaned my room. I've cleaned underneath things. I've moved my bed. Undid my whole bed to see if I could find it, to see if it fell, and couldn't find it. So I'm hoping. I feel like either I'm going to find it in a box, which sucks because I'm going to be like, why did I put it in a box? Why was it in a box? But at the same time, it's like if I ever move out of this place, it's like that's when I'm going to find it. I'm like, you mother, And it's like, and I thought it was on. At first, I thought it was on a necklace that I had on the wall, but it has a little slit through it that it wouldn't be able to hold because it would fall. So I'm like, where are you? So I don't know where you are. So I'm not going to watch that right now. Let's see. We got Super Troopers 2. Super Troopers 3 is coming out soon. I need to watch Nobody and Nobody 2 because that's kind of why I want to watch Normal. It says streaming premiere, so apparently this is on right now. Three Billboards Outside. That was a really good film. I didn't understand it the first time I watched it, or partly through it. I didn't, and then I looked it up. I'm like, Bad Education. Is that a show or movie? Gosh, see, some of these movies and shows, like, they've been out for years. And it's like this movie called Bad Education with Hugh Jackman. This came out in 2019. It's 2026. It's been 7 years, and I have not watched this film. And I remember seeing the trailer for this. So I'm trying to get back into watching movies again. This one's called Dumb Money. This came out 3 years ago. Paul Dano stars in the insane true story of everyday people who flipped the script on Wall Street and got rich thanks to got on Wall Street and got rich by turning GameStop, yes, the mall video game store, into the world's hottest company. Even though they've just recently closed so many of their stores. Now, this is just me who has no money. As soon as I am able to get $1 million from whatever, I'm probably gonna put it, as much as I don't want to put it in the bank, I'm probably gonna put that in this bank over here. That way, if it all falls apart, I still got $500,000 to live off of. I don't have $500,000. I don't even have $250,000. I don't have to actually correct that. I don't have 10 cents of a million. So if we're doing a quarter, which is $250,000, I don't even have that. I probably don't even have a penny. I probably have a penny of a penny of a penny of a penny of that. I mean, I wish I made. Because taxes are freaking pissing everybody off. I mean, after taxes, if I had $250,000, I think I'd be okay. Now, I'd have insurance and have to pay rent and medical stuff. If I got if I'm making $250,000 or $200,000, I'm fine. Oh, a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. That's what that's called. I may not want to live in a big house or a medium house, unless it's a decent neighborhood, whether it be a small apartment, whether 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, probably not a studio, but because you can't find studios really anywhere anymore. Saw the trailer for this again. Practical Magic 2. This is from '98, so that one's 26. I enjoyed my Adventure with Superman. Haven't watched the new season. Haven't watched Young Justice since season 2. I watched part of season 3, but I didn't really watch it. I need to finish watching Blockers. So Blockers came out in 2018. I mean, you got to work for the job you want. And even if you do work, you don't get it, you keep working, keep working. If I was making $250,000 a year after taxes, living in an apartment or in a small house, I would be, after all my bills are paid, I would be fine. Season finale, now streaming, season 9 of Rick and Morty. So are they bringing this show to a final end? That sucks. I think the show is fine. You might as well just give us 10 seasons. I mean, it's definitely not what it was. I mean, it's rough. So that's. Oh wait, it says season finale now streaming. So 9 seasons. Did I mix that up? We're on season 9 right now. So the last episode is episode 10, Field of Dreams. I'm on. I haven't even started season 9 yet. Let's see, what was Peacemaker at? They need DC and Marvel, all these shows. So Peacemaker season 2 got 8 episodes. That came out in 2022, and the first season got 8 episodes. So we had to wait 3 years and change just to get it. And I liked only half of it. Because I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What? You're not going to address some things, but it's like, why are you putting this into the show? I haven't even watched season 2 of The Last of Us because I was just like, I don't care. I mean, I know what happens. I do know what happens. I didn't play the game, but I do know what happens. It's like episode 2 or episode 3 when somebody gets got, and then it's like the rest of the show is just up to this person. So it only got 7 episodes. So the person either gets got in episode 6 or he gets got in the second or third episode. I forget what I heard. I don't think we didn't really need episode 3, but episode 3 was so beautiful that I was like, wow. Nick Offerman, come on, dude. Like, can't go wrong with him. Like DC and Marvel, they need to start releasing these shows on Blu-ray or regular DVD, because some of these shows I absolutely love. I mean, not all did I love them all, no, but the fact that they were DC made me enjoy them. Stargirl, if I was in high school, I'd probably love it more. But when I was in high school, I didn't really like comic book related shows. I just liked the animation of comic books. I thought I thought better. So I wasn't reading a whole lot. But Doom Patrol got 4 seasons. Definitely after season 1, it's like, what are we doing? But that's the whole thing of Doom Patrol. It's so odd. It's so weird. They need to have a 1 through 4 season on Blu-ray. Stargirl's got 3 seasons. They need Blu-ray. Batman Beyond. I do have Batman Beyond complete series on Blu-ray. I do have that here. Penguin I haven't watched. Swamp Thing I haven't watched. They have a Rick and Morty type of thing, which it's I guess a spinoff. It's called Adult Swim President Curtis. And it has Keith David as the voice of Curtis, who is the president of the Rick and Morty universe, which is really cool. So like I have some of these on DVD and Blu-ray, not a lot. If I find a good price for Superman, I probably will buy that. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Blue Beetle. I don't know if I got the DVD of this. I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the movie. I definitely like the song of choice for the trailer. They got to do another Lego Batman movie or Lego Marvel movie or something. Let's see. We got top 10 movies of today. Number 1 is Normal. Number 2, The Drama. Number 3, Mortal Kombat 2. Number 4, Sicario, if I pronounced that correctly. Number 5, Practical Magic from '98. Number 6 is Hall Pass Enlarged Edition. Never saw. Number 7 is Green Lantern, Beware My Power, the animation. The voice actor who plays John Stewart, Green Lantern, in this movie is the same performer that plays the live-action Hawkman in Black Adam, which I really liked that version of Hawkman. Now, people, when they saw it, and I've seen reaction videos, most people said, oh, they just took that from Black Panther, and yay or nay, you can decide whether they did or not. After that, believe it or not, number 8 is Green Lantern Extended Cut. This is with Ryan Reynolds that came out in 2011. Number 9, which I've seen part of the ending of this, and it made me cry so much. It's called Materialists with Dakota Johnson, Pedro Pascal, and Chris Evans at number 9. And then number 10 is Tag. This came out in 2018. This is based on a real thing of being tagged it. So Creature Commandos needs to be released on DVD. I need to find if I can get the Batman animation that came out years ago. Which when it came out, I didn't like it so much. This came out in 2004. I didn't like it so much at first because I'm like, I'm not going to watch this. And some of this I don't even remember. I mean, I remember the last episode, but like some of this I don't even remember. And I've watched this recently. I don't know, I've watched this recently through streaming, but I don't remember this like at all. So if I can find this on Blu-ray, I'll probably get it. So this first episode came out and it was called The Bat in Belfry. It was 22 minutes long, came out in 2004. The last episode came out called Lost Heroes Part 2, came out in 2008. So if I can find that on Blu-ray, I'm probably going to get it. Justice League Unlimited. I think that's right here. So I have Justice League Unlimited, which is the complete series on Blu-ray, which is good. I got the complete series of Green Lantern, the animated series that need to have another season. The only time I'm able to find Justice League before it's Justice League Unlimited is it's never in Blu-ray. And it's never a disc that's complete season. It's always season 1, season 2, which is fine. So I do like that Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage is in here. Season 2 will premiere on September 8th. So I like that there's a season 1. I started watching Young Sheldon. I did enjoy parts of it, but I didn't really care for it. But these two that are in it that play Georgie and Mandy, I thought they have great chemistry. So like I was watching The Big Bang Theory and I liked it, and it got boring after a while, so I stopped watching. And then I got back into it a little bit. But I've been seeing clips, and I like the chemistry of these two. Obviously, we kind of know what's going to happen, but stories can always be rewritten, and people are going to be flipping out. I recommend, whether you're a Zach Levi, is that his name? I didn't watch Chuck. I saw bits and pieces of it. What's his name? Zachary Levi. I did watch some of the stuff that he was in Chuck, but it wasn't really a show I wanted to watch. But I enjoyed that he was in the movie Shazam and Shazam 2. Again, I don't like that it's called Shazam. I would have liked that it was called Captain Marvel. And one of the he was a young boy when the show came out years ago. I think in the 60s or 70s, probably even the 80s. And he's the only person in the movie of this first or the second movie that's able to, who apparently got the green light to say the words. He's like thank you, Captain Marvel, and then he ran away. But it was the same person. It was the same actor that was in the originals. I still enjoyed the movie Shazam and Shazam 2. I thought Mark Strong did well in the first one. I think he's in the second one too. I'm not sure. But I still liked him in Green Lantern. There he goes. Shazam: Fury of the Gods. I thought that it definitely needed another movie. I thought Zachary Levi definitely brought it to the character. He was probably more you know, flabbergasted that he got to be the character. This is definitely a nerd alert that I see on HBO Max now. It's called Nerd Alert. Stewart fails to save the universe, which is a spinoff of The Big Bang Theory. Why? So we have The Big Bang Theory, we have Young Sheldon, we have Georgie and Mandy, and now we have Stewart fails the universe. I like the performer that played Stewart. I wish they gave Stewart more time on the show, or at least gave him more respect, kind of like Raj, because this dude owns a comic book store. Like, you want to be friends with him. You want to be friends with him. I mean, he wants your money, but I mean, you want to be friends with him. All right, so what do they got on here? All right, so they got Nerd Alert. They got, like I just said, Stewart fails to save the universe. You got Big Bang Theory. You got Lanterns. You got Rick and Morty, Creature Commandos. You got Superman, My Adventures with Superman, Justice League War, Young Sheldon, Wonder Woman, The Batman, Peacemaker, Harley Quinn, Watchmen, Aquaman, and Titans. I think I have on regular DVD. I think I have season 1 of Titans. I got season 1 and 2 of Titans, so that's good. All right, let me put my bowl up. Still got some of this. Yeah, it's still cool. Drink the rest of this, I guess. Time we're on 11:06. Okay. So I'm going to put this drink in the freezer. All right, so we're either gonna watch, or I'm gonna watch. I'm either gonna watch Ted or Ted 2, which I've never seen. Oh shit. That's what happens when you don't stable it, I guess. Now I'm either going to stream something or I'm going to watch it on the disc that I already have. Let's see. So let me do something real quick. Let me move this over here and take the disc that I have in it. I believe I have this disc in it. Yeah. Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales Ultimate Edition for the ps5, because I've been needing to get back into this game. It has Spider-Man Remastered in it, so I've been playing that before I've been playing Miles. I have all these other games. I don't have it on Blu-ray, but I do have Batwoman with Ruby Rose. I enjoyed it. I liked it. This performer right here, plays her on-screen sister. But she happens to also be this character right here. So she plays two DC roles. Now I'm waiting to get Star Trek Stranger Worlds on Blu-ray, but I've been told when I was in the middle of watching season 1 that I needed to watch Star Trek Discovery first, because the captain on Strange New Worlds is on that. But I haven't been able to find this show at a decent price. I've seen it at like $100, and it's like I can't drop $100. I can barely drop $50 for like the show. So I want to keep the Spider-Man there. I got 3 PS4 games, and 2 of them are. I got them all 3 for $20, but 2 of them are Star Wars, but they have 2 different things in it. So this is Star Wars Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, and then Star Wars Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast. And then this one is Star Wars Racer, and then Star Wars Republic Commando. And then this one is Ghostbusters Spirit Unleashed, which is really cool. But I have Star Wars Battlefront, Renegade Squadron on PSP, which is awesome. Still need to play that. A lot of games and movies and shows I need to watch and play. All right. What am I going to put in its place? Am I going to put Borderlands just to watch it? Am I going to keep that in there? Let's see. I did finally watch Paul. I did finally watch this with Paul. I wonder, did I make a review about it yet? I think I did. I'm not sure. I did make a review on No Hard Feelings, which I saw months ago. All right, so I got No Hard Feelings, I got Joyride. Paul. So on the Vero app, the first one I ever did was Thor: Love and Thunder. So it doesn't look like I did it. So I didn't put Paul in there. So let me check. Let me check Letterboxd. I've been trying to do both of them at the same time. Okay, on Letterboxd, definitely did more movies on here, more movie reviews on here. Again, I'm trying to do them at the same time. Yeah, I don't think I did it. Yeah, because I would have done that literally recently. So I'll have to make a review on that. All right, so what am I gonna watch? 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 What do we got on the HBO Max? Or do I just watch my show that I'm trying to finish? Superman and Lois. We got 4 seasons. Haven't watched any of this. This is one of the things that's annoying about it is this is a CW show, and there are not other CW shows on here except for Batwoman, Stargirl, Gotham Knights, and that's kind of it. And Naomi, that only got 1 season. Supergirl came out in 1984. Heads for Earth and search for the city's missing power source. The Omega Drawn. Superman 1, 2, 3, 4 returns. Flash, it was okay. So you got Batwoman on here. You got probably all 3 seasons. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed what I could of it. Got Catwoman, Birds of Prey. I have not seen. Couldn't get myself to see it. Didn't really want to. I thought Margot Robbie playing the character was great, but you had this like rando person in here, and obviously, if I watch the movie, I'll understand. And this is the only time you'll ever see shelves perfect, because they have all these shelves just perfect. Everything is lined up correctly because they don't want it to look bad. Haven't seen the first or second Joker. Didn't want to. Tried watching Barbie. Just like not for me. And it's not like it's for girls. Like I've seen guys that have been able to go watch it and they have enjoyed it. Like it just looked. It was too much for me. All right. Let's see. What's on just Hulu? Let's see. What's this one? This one called. All right. If this one's on there, I'll watch this. Need to watch The Rookie again, though. Okay, I don't think that's on there. All right, let's go back to HBO Max. Let's see. I don't think it is, which is okay if it's not. Doesn't look like it is. All right. Heard this didn't do great. Um. That's the thing with what you got. You don't know what to watch. All right, let's go with. So we're on HBO. Let's just go with. We watch Tag, I guess. I haven't seen Game Night in probably since I probably haven't seen that since when it first came out. I need to read. I enjoy my adventures with Superman. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed season 1. I got the trade paperback that has to do with in between season 1 and season 2 that I've not read. And apparently, Jimmy Olsen in the show is a love magnet. or a girl magnet, because apparently every girl likes him in this show. I feel like it's more animated, like it feels more kind of 90s style animation, which I like. I enjoy. Superman Clark Kent is white. I believe Lois Lane in this is Asian, like Philippines, and Jimmy Olsen is Indian, which does not bother me. Apparently, it bothers other people. It does not bother me at all. Just if the character happens to be a different color, um, it doesn't bother me. Like if we finally got Sunshine Superman and Michael J. White was the guy portraying Superman or Sunshine Superman, I would enjoy it, because I know Michael J. White is a great freaking actor. People may not have liked him as Bronze Tiger, but guess what? He was Spawn, and I think he's a great performer. I didn't like how he went out in Dark Knight, but thought he was still good. All right. Let's just watch a rando. What time is it? It is 11:25. How long is this movie? This movie is an hour and 32 minutes. Which is going to be past my bedtime because I'm going to need. So that's probably going to get done. That's 12. That's about a little after 1 o'clock. And I got to get up at noon. So it's going to be maybe 9 hours change. All right, let's just go ahead and do it. All right, so I'm going to be watching the 2026 movie Normal, starring Bob Odenkirk, I guess. I don't know. All right, so I'm going to be ta-ta for now, and I'm going to watch this film and concentrate on this film. I will be doing a review on it through the Vero app as well as Letterboxd. I will put a what do you call it? Not so much a link. I mean, if you already follow me, you already follow me. What is it called? So on YouTube, I believe I'm just Dashing Dust. Let's double check. Yeah. So on TikTok and YouTube, I am Dashing Dust. So I will probably I'll do my regular review on the Vero app as well as Letterboxd app. And then I will screenshot each one plus a picture of the actual movie. And I'll put it on my TikTok. But I will try to do a mini video for TikTok and try to do a longer video for YouTube Shorts. I'm going to most people do this 1 out of 5 stars, 1 out of 10 stars. I'll probably just do 1 out of 12 or a percentage of 0% to 100%. I think that's probably more fair percentage-wise. Yeah. Thank you for everyone and no one that has joined me for this YouTube live stream. I am going to get to this movie before going to bed. See you guys on the next one. Huzzah! Later.